Welcome to City on a Hill Gaming, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. Let's meet our players.
Hi, I'm Grant, and I'm playing Trather Wimlin, a human fighter.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I'm going to be playing John Abermere, a Crimson-born human.
Peter, Bertrand Greystone, Dwarven Forge Cleric.
William R. Aarakocro Magi.
Daniel, I am playing Vatten. I am a half-elf ranger.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I am Twig, or Shem. I am a rogue bard and a Goliath.
We hope you enjoy our episode. Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming. We are a family. Yep, there it was.
That's what we do.
We're leaving it in. Family-friendly 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We're here to play some D&D. Back with all the regulars. We're going to do some things. Okay, so when we stopped last time, I believe John, R, Bertrand, and Shim had just come back from a fun time with an owl bear friend. Half owl, half bear.
All friend.
100% ferocious friend. And Vatten and Trather had just gone on a most interesting journey to retrieve a staff that will release before this does, but hasn't yet. But you'll have heard it already, so it's fine. And you guys have all gathered back at the dwarf Brynar's shop called Harvest in the town of Meissen. And as you guys, so Trather and Vatten, as you guys come back into town, you guys come back to Harvest. Everybody sat down for dinner again. And you do have Melee with you, Grant, your new ward.
Yep.
So if you have somewhere you would like to send her on an assignment, feel free to do so.
Not as such. I figured we'd keep her around, introduce everyone.
Excellent. She comes up the stairs with you guys. Ooh, that's a lot of, ooh. Hi, I'm Melee. I'm with Trather now. Hi.
Good to meet you.
Everybody, Melee, who was recently accepted as a squire. Oh, and may I introduce you to the newest Warden of the Wood of the Duchy of Orion, Vatten.
Yes, yeah, you all know me.
You folks were busy while you were out.
Yeah.
Aye, it appears that way. Well, it's good
Yes,
that you're...
I got 2 new outfits.
He did. And Melee also got a new outfit. That is almost as fashionable as Trather's.
Trather is very definitely spinning to show off his cloak
Yes.
and posing.
I started playing Dauntless recently, and you can change the colors of your armor, and that's become a thing for me now. It's not
Excellent. I'll give you a
good.
color scheme.
Okay, good.
All right. As he's spinning, I'm just gonna just take 2 steps back from him. I don't want to get hit by the tails of the coat again.
Oh, no. It's not, flaring out. Just, kind of showing off different angles.
Okay, so Bernard looks at, lovely new jacket, lad. Well,
You look
good,
very fashionable.
good timing. Dinner is served, so always good timing when there's food.
Yes.
B, got a new job for you guys. Came in just today. Interesting thing. You know how we've kind of been talking about sending you south, trying to get you in to one of the Hawks camps to kind of get you in so you can get some of your information. But I figured it would be a while. We don't have another delivery for a while. That changed. I need you to make a delivery tomorrow. I told...
Okay, where are we going?
So you're going to go to a town a couple days south. Pardon me while I go look at my map to remember what I named it. Right? Okay, we're good. So you're going to head south to the town of Drin, little outpost. Order came in for supplies. I think it's a relatively new town, new encampment for the Ox people. So I need you guys to make a delivery. I told him I'd be sending some of my new people because we're heavy in the harvest season, so you guys should be able to make a delivery without much trouble.
Certainly.
You can load up the wagon and leave whenever. Tomorrow, preferably. Food now.
Yes, food, rest, recovery.
Yes.
Make sure we're all ready for the journey tomorrow. No rest for the weary. Eh, Melee?
Yes. This is you guys move very quickly, but that's good. That's good for learning.
Yes.
This will be most interesting.
Be sure and write that down. No
can we-
rest for the weary.
Can we please get a general physical description of Melee?
That's a thing I should have done. Yes. So the young lady in front of you, half elven, female, elven equivalent of teenage years, late teenage
Okay.
years.
60?
60-ish. Sure, we'll go with that. 75,
elven,
somewhere in there. And moderately heavy armor. Bertrand, you immediately recognize the aura that comes with a cleric, or at least eventually a cleric. She can definitely cast a couple of healing spells, and is pretty solid with a mace for her age. The rest of it will come with training.
Yes. Well, we're working on the training now.
Yes.
Well, not now, but
Now in
the more
general.
metaphysical now.
Yes.
But now, soon.
Sorry, I'm not sure Trather
Then-
knows the word metaphysical.
That's fine.
Roll that one back.
I'm
Now,
not sure Ryan knows the word metaphysical. For what it's worth, that one was a bit much for me. So we're fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Now, soon, as in then now, and now.
The slightly
Then-
later now.
The in the now.
Yes. For those in the know. In the now.
Now.
Yeah, there it was. All right, perfect. This has been Words with City on a Hill Gaming, where we say a bunch of words. They probably make
And
sense to
sure,
someone.
they lose all meaning.
We can only hope.
Desemanticization, I think, is the word for that.
That one lost meaning immediately.
Yeah, it did. At least for me.
No, actually, I followed. But yes,
Brynnar looks over the lot of you, most curious. All right. Well then, pleasure, my dear. You're welcome to stay here. When you are ready, we will have dinner, and then upon the morrow, you will set out for Dren. I will. I think you guys have a pretty sizable map running already. I'll put a marker on it for you. You can figure out where you're going. And yeah, so if you guys have anything you want to do in the evening before the time of Z's is upon you, feel free to do so.
Probably the same thing that I've been doing for the last several nights. I'll just pick another neighborhood that I haven't been to yet and keep at it. So,
Trather will make certain that Melee is introduced to everyone. You know, kind of more thoroughly, gets a few minutes to talk with everyone and just sort of
Sure.
know who everyone is and kind of get a sense for them, since she's going to be traveling with us. In particular, probably suggests she spend some time with Bertrand,
Okay.
since she has somewhat clerical inclinations. But other than that, it's basically, just know everybody, and then don't worry about any further training tonight. We're going to get a good rest, and we'll talk on the road. And it's a very practical apprenticeship, as it were.
Okay. Perfect.
if she wants to tag along with Bertrand on his, fixing things trip, he has no objection to that at all. He might start teaching her the mending cantrip, but up to her.
Well, I don't have time for that tonight, and I still have a few other chores to take care of. But when we come back, can we do that?
Standing offer.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And I'll take a moment and just talk to Bertrand. So on the way up here, I tried to teach her a little bit because I know one healing spell. So I've tried to work with her with cure wounds. Probably not there yet. Maybe a little bit high, but it's the only one I know. So I've already kind of started a little bit.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad that she's at least got some of the fundamentals under her belt. That will make training easier, and it's probably much like you learned your archery. The only thing that's going to make her get better is practice. So
She grabs a large flight-based creature leg off the dinner table and goes and sits down and starts poring over. She has like a little booklet like a little journal that she's written a bunch of stuff in. She starts kind of poring over it.
John's gonna make sure that his plant is watered.
Excellent. Bastion and also the bird, mostly the bird, give you pruning suggestions.
Excellent, thank you.
And then for the rest of the night, Vatten's just going to sit and find a stick and take out his travel knife and just turn that stick into a progressively smaller stick. Just
whittling.
whittle.
Love it. Love me some whittling.
Shim would like to go to the tavern that he went to before and throw a couple songs out.
Roll that sweet, sweet perform.
That perform. I really need to get proficient in that.
I think. Okay. You make it through 3 songs.
Middling. I get a 10.
You get
middling.
You get a couple copper. Not your strongest night. You will be invited back.
Accidentally playing friends in low places.
Yes. You're like out of key for one song.
Oh no! What am I doing?
But like your voice isn't quite low enough to hit the note, so you're going, "I got friends," and
technical difficulties.
Excellent.
that's a different song.
Yes, it is. Trather is spending the evening finishing, kind of getting his armor adjusted, doing a few little things here and there. One thing that everybody probably does notice is Trather is now wearing a set of full plate. So that's exciting.
Oh,
I've noticed. He wouldn't stop going on and on.
Trather still isn't going on and on about stopping going on and on about it. So if anybody is in the room with him, that probably stops very quickly.
I'm glad you said that because I meant to mention something about that, Grant. Do you know what cast-off armor is?
Not offhand.
Okay, it's something they added in. I kind of think it's Xanathar's guide.
Right.
Essentially, like if there's a point where you you need to show like peaceful intentions, or because you've fallen, I don't know, into a river or something. It basically allows you like a quick off of getting rid of the armor, like without having to go through the entire process of getting rid of it.
Quick release armor.
Yes. Basically, you can just drop the armor as an action.
Okay, very cool. That's much better than the 10 minutes or whatever it takes to get out of it.
For plate armor, yeah. It's called...
it's like 5 minutes. You have a squire.
Yeah, that's true. I have help.
You do have help. That is from Xanathar's.
Okay, cool. But anyway, he's going to be finishing that up, and then if there's any time left over, he's going to be reading another book of really terrible chivalric poetry he picked up along the way. You're not even sure where he picked that up. It was
that he wrote along the way.
Well, it's definitely not writing it, but look, it's study material for Trather.
Eventual writing. I like it. Okay. William, would R like to do anything this evening?
Pretty tired.
Okay. Read 3 or 4 more articles about Warforged and then hit the hay.
Yeah.
Just
prepare for tomorrow.
Got to keep your study up. That's good. I like it. All right. So you guys pass the night, kind of getting a little more accustomed to your space here at the Harvest. Brennar, ignore as I literally do this while I'm talking, adds another cot and chest to one of the rooms for Melee. And yeah, you guys pass the evening. When you guys get up, Saley has breakfast on the table ready for you. And a cart is sitting outside the building with a bunch of supplies sort of downstairs that need to be stocked into said cart. Brennar has taken your map and placed a new marker on it, roughly to the south. And you are ready to go.
We'll finish loading up the cart then and make any other preparations we need.
As you guys head out, Brennar stops right. So you're going to look for a orc lad name of Gron. Big fella, battle axe. You're making the delivery to him.
Is that Grong or Gron?
Just Gron. Gron.
And what are we delivering?
Stuff and things. No, it's a variety of plants used largely for medicine.
Okay.
And then just some rarer foodstuffs that Gron has special ordered.
Well, we'll...
I suppose I'll probably lead the way. Is I'm least likely to get lost?
Yes.
Also, probably one of the least likely to get spotted.
Also that.
If we have a big cart full of stuff, I don't think getting spotted is something we can avoid.
Maybe not collectively, but individually.
You
Probably
guys,
true.
I was gonna say you guys have done it before. That was last campaign, but you did a real good job of hiding amongst stuff.
Yeah. Trowther will probably be driving the cart.
Melee sits shotgun, taking notes on dealing with large beasts of burden.
Good. That's actually something Trowther can do. So
Oh, excellent. Okay.
yeah,
Shim's
he's
gonna kind of
proficient in animal handling.
perch on top, just kind of chilling out, instrument in hand, playing a traveling tune.
Bertrand's probably just gonna form the rear guard and stay kind of in back and just kind of shuffle along behind the cart, keeping an eye out for stuff. Because high wisdom score and good at spotting things.
Yep. You're not sitting on the back of the cart looking around.
Probably do that occasionally, but he's not in terrible shape and would kind of like to stay that way. So he'll probably walk for a good chunk of it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you guys make your way, and it takes you about 5 or 6 hours, maybe a little less. Vetten has developed a pretty good knack for figuring out where he's going, and you guys end up rather far to the south, and into a slightly more deserty part of Onwaru. And you come upon a village surrounded by a large wooden fence, and you're pretty sure you are in the right spot.
Yeah, once we get to the desert, moving will be a lot easier because it's my favored terrain.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
One of the few times that comes in handy.
Every once in a while. All right. As you guys make your way in, a couple guards look to stop you, but then kind of the cart has a marker on the side of it that represents Bernard's harvest, and they recognize the marker. One of them, Gronzenbach. And he points you partway through the village to where you need to go. Okay, so you guys make your way in. Gentlemen, you guys bring your cart around. An orc gentleman comes up. Hey, you work for Brennar.
For the moment, yes.
Right. That looks like everything good. Very good. I'll get, I got some boys who can unload it. He hands you a small chest. Give that to Brennar. He'll know what part of that's his payment and what else we need him to do with the rest.
All right.
So as you guys are unloading and kind of they're unloading, you hear some shouting from the southern end of the town. And you see in the distance, kind of in that area past, not the horizon, but kind of like just past the edge of the encampment, 2 large dust storms kicking up, moving sort of very directly towards the village.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Are they natural looking dust storms, or
That
are
was going
they
to be my
this is
question.
being made by something?
You think it is unlikely that 2 separate dust storms would keep this kind of very direct path directly at the city at the same time. This seems unusual.
Okay.
At best, unusual.
I
A bit
think
of
we should run
eyeball
at the
narrowing
problem.
happens.
I think we should run directly at the problem right now.
I was going to see if I can get a high vantage point and see if there's anything directing those.
Make me athletics or acrobatics. I will take
Okay.
either. There are some higher buildings or towers you could Assassin's Creed your way up. Would you, if you were so inclined?
All right. Well,
Phew. You make it onto the 2nd floor of a building. Whose
I did Assassin's Creed my way up. I did the Assassin's Creed thing where you get like you don't have the jump unlocked yet, so you kind of climb, and then you're like, oh, I need to have a thing where I can
Right.
jump.
I'm right
Well, it's
here.
the thing where, like, the game doesn't quite read the geometry right, and you maybe put a wrong input in, and you just sort of
Yeah.
Ineffectually just hop at a ledge for a
It's like-
while.
ineffectually rubs the wall and then falls off.
He gets like a good push and like gets a little perch on a couple of ledges and pulls up and goes at it for 10 or 15 seconds and has made it about 6 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right.
There you go. It was worth a shot, though. Definitely worth a shot.
It was.
I like that.
Would have been really cool.
It could have been. It would, absolutely.
How tall is the wall?
The wall outside the town is only about 10 or 15 feet.
Can I walk up behind him and just kind of like lift him up?
Yeah.
Kind of throw him up.
You just hold him up. Sure. That's
Just grab a foot and cheerleader him up.
Okay.
Give us an A. Ah!
Tumbles up inside. Anyone who wants to batten with advantage or a bonus or whatever, perception checks.
Hey, there we go.
Sweet mercy.
That's 2 nats
Holy
ones in
cow,
a
we
row.
got some alert people in this
There
group.
it is. That's what I like to see.
I got an 8.
There it is. John's doing a thing.
John's got some
Two
sand.
natural
He's got
20s
sand
in
in
a
his
row.
eyes.
Yes.
It
R
gets
took my.
everywhere. It's hard and coarse and gets everywhere.
It's a real problem. R took my 7.
And
As
there
long
it
as
is.
someone takes the 7, that's all that really matters.
Right.
You've got to
that's true.
maintain that consistency.
I got
He stayed up too late last night.
Yes. Too much
reading
study.
reading Escaflowne. I mean,
It's
War
like dim
Forge.
light, so his eyes haven't adjusted to the desert yet.
Melee,
Um,
this is why we rest.
Yes. Right.
Bertrand
Noted.
looks up at Vatten and says, "Hey, hang your bow down here where I can touch it for a moment. I'll give you a little bit of magic to help out your shooting."
Ooh.
Anyway, what are we?
Yes, I will do that.
All right.
Okay.
Shim, sorry, go ahead, Peter.
I cast magic weapon on his bow. Says you touch a non-magical weapon until the spell ends, which is concentration up to an hour. The weapon becomes a magic weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
I'm
So
gonna need
that-
you to pick another person. As of the side quest, Daniel's bow is now magic.
Oh, okay.
It is already magical. It doesn't make it more magical.
It doesn't.
Then-
No, it does not stack.
And I will do that with Trather's sword.
Also excellent.
Excellent choice.
Okay, so Vatten, Trather, Shim. What you guys see, kind of as you peer into these two dust storms, is that there appears to be something very almost tornadic in nature in the center of them, but with purpose. Form.
no.
More consistent form than one would necessarily expect from this kind of thing.
Uh-oh, it's a Tasmanian devil.
Yes. Lemony fresh.
Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania.
While it is not as much a southern hemispherian creature, it does appear to have form in terms of like arms and maybe also eyes, while still being tornadic in nature.
Oh no, it's Crash Bandicoot.
Oh no. Coming soon
Does he have-
to Super Smash Brothers. if
Does
I'm
he
not
have
mistaken.
jorts? This
No,
is very important.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. What you guys
More
see,
jorts in D&D. Give us more jorts in D&D.
you will have 0 jorts in our D&D.
No, I'm
And
gonna
you know-
wear jorts next session.
I know several tailors.
in before I pick an image off of Google for an enemy not realizing it's wearing jean shorts. Sometime in the next 2 sessions, I can almost guarantee it. What you see in front of you, for those of you, I'm just going to assume probably R in particular, possibly John and Vatten, recognize these as air elementals.
Oh.
Maybe not
yeah.
as large as an average air elemental, but still like it's still an air elemental.
I'm very glad
sizable odds.
I now have a magic bow.
So you have 2 of them in front of you. But as you are kind of sizing them both up, a group steps out of the city walls next to you. You see a couple of orcs and 2 warforged. And they step out, and one of the warforged looks the 6 of you over. Interesting. Well, we got the one on the right. You guys have fun. And the 6 of the 5 of them charge at one of the air elementals.
I love how matter of fact these folks are. We're going to get along just fine.
And you guys recognize a mark on each of their shoulders or their cloaks or whatever. When you rescued Duchess Kaya's son and daughter-in-law, there was the other orc in the same detention area. and she had the triple strike mark of the Talon, which is the group that is sort of the direct guard and sort of force of the Hawk.
Yes.
These fine women bear the same mark. And they are making their way directly to Friend Air Elemental on that side. They have picked their target. You guys get the other one. Have fun.
Cool.
All right. I'm going still in the cheerleader pose, apparently. I'm just going to look down and say, all right, just give me a big heave so I can land on the roof and get a good
Oh,
shot.
no, you're on the roof.
Oh, good.
Hey, he's
I just,
basically tall enough for you to
Oh.
just kind of step up out of his hands.
Just
Yeah.
to go boop,
You're good. Okay, so
All right,
we're gonna move
I
them
will-
over.
step onto the roof. That would have been funnier, but okay.
Okay. You guys, I need initiative checks.
Oh,
Wow, we're doing
Okay.
great.
That's
Wow.
2 nat ones,
This is gonna be fine.
3 nat ones.
that's almost all
Perfect.
single digits. That's amazing.
That just destroys that initiative. All right.
Yeah. So just for the audience, we have a 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and a 19.
So
Yep.
close.
Dang.
That was almost perfect. You guys almost
Yeah,
had like
I
a
was really hoping we could hit that inside straight.
yeah,
but
you almost had a straight draw there. That would have been good.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well.
natural 20.
Ah.
Oh, boy.
my God.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh,
So-
We were
wow.
ready.
I mean, it makes it very simple. Air elemental, you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
we can at least keep it simple. So you see the air elemental. You think they were kind of directly focusing their attention on the town. You're not sure why, but it has most certainly taken notice of you, and is intrigued by new possibilities of fun things to do, and it's going to move up here. Yeah, right about there. That'll work.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hello, friends. So the air elemental would like to say hi to Trather in his shiny new cloak.
Excellent.
25.
That will hit.
Okay. You will take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty. That's
Bludgeon. Well, Daniel, it is now Vaten's turn.
Yes, I'm gonna do some things. First,
Uh-oh.
no, it's gonna be fine.
Ugh.
The first thing I'm gonna do is use my bonus action on one of my arrows. I'm gonna put ensnaring strike on it.
Okay.
Going to make some magical vines appear if I hit it with my attack roll. And because it's my first attack in the round or in this combat, I get 2 attacks. So start with ensnaring strike and gonna make my attack. So
Okay. Go for it.
D20. I love being ranger. Gives me +7 to hit.
That is enough. Your 17 is enough, sir.
All right. So
He is ensnared.
oh, that should be a +8 to hit now because I have a magic bow.
+1. Correct.
Yep. All right.
So he will make a strength save,
Yeah. But he's
I guess, on his turn.
yes, he's
An
also gonna,
accuracy here.
yeah, he's also going to take a D6 at the start of each of its turns.
Yes. So when we come back around, he will take a d6, make a
Okay.
strength save, and see if he is ensnared.
And that's my first arrow. 12 damage for the first arrow.
I like it. And you get a second
Nice.
arrow because of your archetype, correct?
Yes, I'm an ambusher or something to that nature. So I
Bloom
get
Stalker.
two attacks on the
That
first.
thing.
Yeah, the ability is some kind of ambushing thing.
That also
And I'm-
hits.
And a hit, and that's going to be another D8 plus 4 for another 10.
Okay.
So
nice.
He will,
22 damage, top of the round.
he will take 22 and probably some more on the start of his turn. Bertrand, what do they?
I am going to use guiding bolt on this thing.
Okay. 46 radiant. Okay, we're good. We're frosty. Everything's fine.
Yeah, and you know the really fun thing? I'm doing this mostly just so I can give the rogue advantage.
That will indeed give the rogue advantage.
12 hit.
12 does not hit.
Dang it, the curse of this spell is upon me again.
Yep.
I missed every time I cast this with Lambert in Grant's campaign.
That's not true. You hit once.
I mean,
As I
if
recall, it overkilled a zombie.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
it's-
Yeah, okay.
I mean, would you still get advantage if it's like restrained by a bunch of vines?
Well, he'll probably also just get advantage for flanking.
No, it's restrained, so it has
Sneak
attack
attack.
rolls against it have advantage, and its attacks have disadvantage.
Oh,
But
well, then
does
I'll
that-
try again and see if I... Nope. Even worse.
Also
okay.
no. Okay. Shim, your turn.
Okay, using 30, 25 movements to come around to the backside. That should give me flanking, which gives me advantage.
Yeah.
And also,
Well,
like
On top of the holding
Yeah.
fines and all of that.
Yeah.
Never be too sure. And let's go for the rapier cane. 18.
that would be a hit.
And that's 4 piercing and 2 sneak. As a bonus, I'm going to throw a bardic inspiration to Bertrand.
Okay.
William.
I think I'm gonna stick with Firebolt on this one.
Okay, solid choice. He's
Uh,
it's trying to disrupt your ability to fly. It seems very rude.
yeah, so we'll just take it out.
And that does hit.
Okay, 6.
Excellent. Trather.
Trather is going to go ahead and wind up and hit this thing while it's restrained.
Yes. With your magical weapon now.
Yep, it's a 19.
Okay, that definitely hits.
I haven't edited in since it's a temporary bonus.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, and then 9 damage plus
Okay.
1, so 10. I'm not going to use any of my special abilities in this case.
That is workable. And John.
Okay, I would like to use one of my flex
Okay.
so that I can do a distance spell of and I think I'm doing this right because distance spell I can when I cast a spell that has a range of touch I can spend a fleck to make the range of the spell 30 feet. So I've spent that fleck and now I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp on the elemental. Honestly, I'm kind of nervous about like casting anything elemental on an elemental because then I worry that it's just going to become like a lightning air elemental and it's just gonna it's like the flaming zombies problem. You can't hit a flaming zombie; it's on fire.
There's a lot of static electricity in that dust.
Yeah. So I
This
make
can
a
only go
melee-
well. I'm excited.
That's 17.
That definitely hits.
Lots of 17s.
Yeah.
And so now it cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn,
Okay.
which is very soon.
Which is next, but that's okay.
Which is next. And it takes /R1 D8 lightning damage. It takes 1. Woo!
We're good. Everybody's fine.
Oh.
Okay. So at the start of its turn, it will take an extra. Daniel, if you will, roll a d6 for me for snaring damage.
1.
Love it.
Wow.
Love it.
We're really
We're
knocking
fine.
the stuffing out of this elemental.
Well,
Good work, team.
Attaboy.
All right,
Everybody's
so
good.
It makes a strength check, DC 11.
Yes, and it's large, so it has advantage on that.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
18. Okay, so it is free. It is a little annoyed. And it's actually going to shift forward a little bit. And it is going to be so because it's an air elemental.
Okay. As it does that,
Uh-oh.
I get to make an attack of opportunity.
You do.
So-
That is, and I believe Bertrand does as well.
All right.
23?
Sure.
Great. It doesn't get to move.
That's unfortunate.
I have the sentinel feat.
Oh, right, that thing.
So does that negate my
You can still make
opportunity
them.
Oh no,
Okay, cool.
its speed is 0 until the end let me read this.
Does that include fly
for
speeds?
the rest of its turn?
Does that include fly speeds?
Its speed is 0. Now if it's a natural flyer, it's not gonna like drop out of the sky or anything.
It's a natural flyer. Its speed's always 0, but it has a fly speed that is separate. That probably also stops it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then it will not move forward. But yeah, you guys can still make your attacks of opportunity.
Yep.
And you see the
I thought I
lovely
yes,
ladies of the Talon handily hacking and slashing their way through their tornado as well.
great. It took 5 damage from Mike. by the
Okay.
way.
And it will take 9 damage from Bertrand and
9 from
also
Shem.
9 from Shem. Okay, so that's a total of my head hurts. 22. Perfect. We're good. Let me do some math real quick to see how we're looking. You guys have done a lot of damage. We're fine. Ish.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it attempting to move, not getting to, and getting wailed on from 3 different directions.
Wasn't great. Didn't help it much.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can't move, but it may still attack, I believe.
It certainly can.
Trather, it did not appreciate that.
Right. Yeah, Trather just sort of forces it back with its shield and just refuses to budge.
And that's okay
16?
because 16 doesn't hit you.
It does not.
I know it doesn't hit you. That's not even close. So he looks disappointed.
Yeah, for the record, my AC is now 20 thanks to that plate armor. So
Yep.
Oh.
I'm amazed I hit you the first time, actually. There we go.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it's not impossible. I mean, it only needs to roll a 13 to hit.
I
so-
know, right? It looks as disappointed as an air elemental can. It frowns, you think.
Like someone took
Trap.
the wind out of its sails.
Oh, there it was.
It does look a little
deflated, huh?
Yep, there it
Oh.
was. All right, perfect. We
I'm
need
just
to get the
swept away.
listeners bingo boards for your puns.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe. Oh, here we go. It is now
That would be me.
your turn. Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, I will shoot it again. Does a 26 hit it?
I suppose. If it must.
Oh, yes, it must.
All right, Legolas.
Hey, I'm only a half elf.
Half
For
Legolas.
Whatever
doesn't-
you are making this thing into a pincushion. So keep it up.
Half Legolas
Or-
doesn't have the same sound to it,
Yeah.
but it has the same effectiveness.
the legless
The air
Lego
element-
Legolas.
It's the Lego, which is
So-
fine because I love Legos.
Lego Legolas or legless Lego Legolas?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah!
yeah. The legless Lego Legolas.
Which
And
Ego?
we're done here.
which with Legos is possible because they do separate at the legs.
Yep.
How much wood could a wood chuck if a wood chuck could chuck wood? We're done.
Could
It
chuck,
was
Three
chuck-
chords. Anyway.
could chuck Legos. Perfect. That was
Chuck a chunk of
exacties.
wood, obviously.
Congratulations, Daniel. That was all you needed. The air elemental. I'm not going to say drops.
Dissipates.
Loosely blows off in a wisp of some sort.
Well, that was exhilarating. Really, really got our wind up, I should say.
Oh, there it was. Perfect. One of the orcs peeks around the barrier. No, out of our town. Thank you, but no.
Don't mind him. He's just a little bit of a blowhard.
Oh, jeez.
He's full of hot areas.
The women
Bertrand
from
gives
the
Trevor
Well,
Talon.
Jack-
nudge
doesn't
and
matter.
cure wounds on him while he's doing it.
Bailey pipes up from behind the car. It's true, actually.
It's accurate.
All right. Well, this has been a gas.
Hey, that settles it. All right. So from inside the city, a woman steps out, roughly orcish in build, but wearing a mask. She kind of nods to Gron, and he gathers up his men. They pull the cart away, and you are left talking to her. And she looks a lot of you over. The Talon kind of walk up, look at her. One of them looks a little confused or like maybe surprised, but then they walk away. And she kind of looks at a lot of you. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Thank you.
Well, you have our thanks. That would have been most unfortunate for Dren. Nasty creatures they are.
You seem experienced with them.
They are not uncommon in these parts. Desert creatures.
Fair, fair. That reminds me, is the other squad still dealing with their elemental?
You think if you could see her face, she would be smiling. No, they're fine. That almost as quickly as you lot. Not bad. You have the town's thanks. You can find your cart up by the gate. Feel free to stay the day if you need.
Thank you. And your name, madam?
Again, you think she probably smiles. And she just kind of nods and walks away.
A lot of people that don't give their names in this world.
Always to me. Is there something on my face?
Bertrand kind of looks at Trather and he's like, not that I see.
Huh. Very strange.
Don't worry, the one that gave me the chain to make this shield out of did the same thing to me. I asked her about 4 times and she just grinned and walked off.
Oh, yes, the woman in the heavy armor with the shield? Yes.
Maylee walks over. She was nice. I liked her.
She was nice. I just wish she'd given me something to call at her.
I didn't get a name. Huh. She looks at you, Trather. Does that happen a lot?
Well, according to them, yes, with some frequency. They come into town.
Oh, no, I mean the mask people thanking you for stuff.
Usually not wearing masks.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so you guys are free to explore Dren at your leisure, and your cart will be by the gate when you are ready to leave.
I think I'm probably going to do the same thing I do in most new cities. See who's got busted stuff and help them out.
There is definitely an amount of damage, just in general, but there's definitely an amount from the elementals getting that close to the town. Nothing significant, but definitely some things that would need to be fixed.
I will prioritize people who probably can't afford to fix stuff themselves over people who can. So
Okay.
I'll go seek out the poorer areas and, fix broken windows or, smashed things or that sort of thing that have been caused by this or anything else recent.
Okay. You get a slightly different kind of look than you would get in, say, Myson. This is more confusion because you're largely dealing with orcs around here. But people do seem most appreciative. Just surprised.
Well, that's fine.
Okay. And...
If he had more time, Bertrand would probably do this anonymously in the middle of the night.
So if you guys don't do anything else, I'm assuming you head back to the cart.
I want to quickly, just in the time that everybody else is doing other things, do a quick disguise self, make myself look a little more half-orcish. Head to the nearest tavern place of socialization. Try to play a few songs.
Okay.
A little busking around.
Go for it. Make me check. Perform lay music. So.
Oh, that was a 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
For a total of that's for a total of 7.
No, that's just a,
Oh,
I
just a
actually
3.
did
Okay.
damage.
No, you're fine.
That's a 3, which means a natural 1.
You don't. Oh, okay. You don't know any orcish songs. You try and play some things that are not popular around here. They aren't big into the K-pop and the J-pop in this area. I don't know necessarily how you play that. You play a lute, right?
Pan flute.
Pan
yeah.
flute. I don't know really how that would sound, but it wasn't great. Unfortunately,
I love this
time
mental
a dance.
image. I have no idea what it's of, but I love this mental image.
It's like
It's
walking
more
in.
the dance kinds of things. Like lesson was actually being played, and much more in like the body language itself of the performance.
Yes.
Yeah, trying to like go in and like beatbox with the flute, but
Yes.
not. But end up doing country instead.
Oh no.
I'm going to assume, because orc is my favorite enemy, and I actually speak orcish.
Correct.
I know a little bit about their culture, so I'm just gonna like run up on stage and just like scoop him up and just kind of escort him out before they start throwing things at him.
I'll throw a handful of copper behind me as we leave.
The half orc waitress nods
Don't
appreciatively at that.
I'm sorry, I'll pay you for putting up with me.
I just start apologizing in Orcish to people passing by.
They look surprised.
Sorry.
Okay, so after that,
And then I dropped this guy's self once when we're out of the view.
yes.
So I never did that.
Yeah, that guy. Where did he go? Thanks for listening to City on the Hill Gaming. For more information, you can find us online at cityonthehillgaming.com. Email us at cityonthehillgaming@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at cityonthehillgame. For more information on saving the game, you can find Peter, Grant, and Jenny at stgcast.org or at Saving the Game on Twitter. Thanks, and have a blessed day. Okay, audio test. Jenny, do the thing.
Ripe wheat. Starting at center, chain 10. Join with slip stitch to form ring. First round, chain 4. 35, what's that?
Are these knitting? Are these knitting instructions?
No crochet instructions.
Oh, okay.
Triple, it's triple. 35 triple in ring. Join to top of chain 4. Second round, single crochet in same place as slip stitch. Asterisk, chain 7. Skip next to trebles. Single crochet in next treble. Repeat from asterisk around. Join 12 loops.
And then go back through, cross out every version of treble and replace with tribble, and have Star Trek episode. All right, yes. Daniel.
I was trying to find a good quote from 1001 Arabian Nights, but I can't. So
tell me about Scheherazade.
So Scheherazade's telling this story, and if she is basically trying to get the king interested, because as long as he's interested, he won't have her killed.
Okay.
Otherwise, he just kills her. So she tells 1001 stories.
I met someone last year whose name was Scheherazade.
I remember that. She was impressed because you knew how to pronounce her name from the magic card.
Magic cards. That was a most interesting day at work. Grant.
I don't. Sorry, forgot to grab a book.
That still counts. We're good. Peter.
Okay.
What took the walls of Jericho down? Was it the shouts of a holy army, the guttural drone of 7 shofars, the weight of God in the marching of human feet against the mighty empire's fortress, or a ragtag group of mercenaries hungry for plunder who talked a prostitute into betraying her people and unlocking the door? It depends on who tells the story. Who conquered the city of Jerusalem in 1099? Was it crusaders on a mission from God to reclaim the Holy Land for Christ, or unwitting soldiers sent by Rome to grow its coffers, so crazed by hunger, zealotry, and the promise of heaven that they massacred every living thing in their path until the blood of Muslims and Jews flowed through the streets? It depends on who tells the story. And who took Jerusalem back 80 years later? Was it the city's original inhabitants, intent on avenging their grandparents and restoring their caliphate? Or the followers of a false religion whose presence desecrates sacred ground to this day? It depends on who tells the story. What spirit carried ships to the shores of the New World and carved the American West with railway lines and wagon ruts? Was it divine providence and pioneering grit, or an evil invading force that brought violence, illness, and plunder to the people for whom the land had always been home? What set fire to Dresden, buried Tora Bora, and sank the Spanish Armada? What stained the fields of Gettysburg with blood? For every battle, 1,000 tales could be told, yet we seldom hear more than one of them. What took the walls of Jericho down? Only God, who holds every story, knows.
Very interesting.
That was very good.
That is a chapter opener from Rachel Held Evans's book, Inspired, about scripture interpretation.
Oh.
I thought I recognized it from somewhere. I was like, this is very familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm reading that book right now, and the fact that she died so young is really making reading it very bittersweet.
And I did not realize until after she had passed, she lived in my hometown.
Oh, really?
Did she really?
She lived in Dayton. She went to church.
Oh, in Cleveland. Okay. I knew she went to church in Cleveland.
She went to St. Luke's. She and Jennifer talked a lot.
I knew she was. She's friends with Jenna, I think, too.
Yeah, they Jennifer and Rachel had very similar stories, so they chatted a lot.
She seemed like a nice lady from everything
Yeah,
I've
she
read.
did.
She was.
Ben, who I believe
Yeah.
is here. Hi.
I'm here.
Perfect. Okay. Audio check. We're good. William.
Hello.
Hi.
How much do I need to say?
You're good.
All right.
I have heard all the things. Competition continues. Place your scoring for this week's entries in the comments down below. We're not doing that, by the way. That's not a thing. That's a terrible idea.
No, we're doing that, and now I need to grab my copy of, I don't know, the Element Encyclopedia of Secret Societies. Here we go. No,
We're going to have to start a new podcast if we're doing that. We're going to
I
record
will-
on a separate
No,
day.
no, don't you dare me to start a
RPG
secret.
book.
Don't you dare me to start a Secret Societies podcast. I will do that.
We definitely don't need to do it. We don't need to do that either.
No, do it. Keep it a secret.
Oh, there it was.